talked about in another case we're covering, we'll talk about it after, was Daniel Redlick, how she owned bad facts. Is Zachary Dieterle owning the bad facts here?
No, but one of the things that he keeps saying is that he was attacked, and there is no evidence of an attack at all. In fact, there was evidence of a dog running towards him, and there's evidence of the dog being shot in his back hind legs, meaning that the dog was retreating when he was still shot. That's not good. It doesn't look good for him. Also, we have a situation where he knew that this dog was on his property. The dog had been on the property before, been on the property, I believe, off leash before. If this was something that he had a problem with, it would be kind of incumbent upon him to say, hey, when you're here, can you please leash your dog up? We want to make sure that everyone's safe. There's ways to handle it, or say that the dog is not welcome on the property. I've said to friends that they're not permitted to bring dogs over when they misbehave. So he isn't owning the bad facts. I think you're right.
Yeah, that is really interesting. That indeed, what is his responsibility? Then Dieterle's responsibility to say, hey, we have this long-standing relationship. You work on your boat here all the time. You bring your dogs here for 2 years, but I don't want your dog to be here unleashed. What's his relationship? Because this is private property here. It belonging to the Dieterle family. It does not belong to the Jacobson family, but they allowed him to use it to fix his boat and all. So what is the obligation then of Dieterle, the civil defendant?
I think you establish ground rules, and when you're allowing someone to use your land, and if you're allowing behavior to occur on your land, it's kind of almost assumed that it's permitted, because it is this long-standing relationship. If it was a one-off visit, and this was the first time he ever encountered the dog, Candy, at all, then that might be a different story. But here, he knew about Candy. He had obviously seen Candy before. He knew Candy, what Candy's breed was. And, he allowed this to, occur. So I think that there is some responsibility on him for allowing it to occur. And then what makes it unbelievable about how scared he must have been was, two things in my view. One, that if he knows the dog's there, why go there and encounter the dog? So that, and why are you carrying a weapon? And your immediate reaction is to brandish a weapon and shoot the dog. But two, he was emotionally incongruent on the stand for me. He did not seem upset that he shot the dog, despite saying it. He seemed disconnected from what he did, and the consequences of that to the plaintiff. He wasn't sympathetic at all. And I think that plays a role in how a jury might look at this case.
All right, let's